So in the previous video I discussed about the backend and the front end little bit, like how I built in the production website. Today I will share the entire front end, basically how I worked in the front end. So basically I will share the entire code, like workflow, basically how I did, how I managed everything. This is not a coding tutorial. Why? Because it will be boring. So this is basically just a workflow, just I will share with you, just you can follow that easily. So let's go. So at first when we will enter the front end, the main thing is app.jsx, everyone know. So inside the app.jsx you can see there is only one thing called app routes. This is the only one thing I kept. So if we go inside the app routes, I made routing system separately. So you can see I created a separate route folder in the src, and inside that I can keep how much routes I can. Basically I follow three steps. The first file is app routes, the second file is basically private route, which I not kept here, but definitely it should be there, and third is admin route. So whatever the routes related to those files, it should be kept there basically. And the last is index file, where I will export all the routes. Basically it might be app route, everything, so that it can be easy for importing in other files. So you can see every whatever I can say, every route is written here basically. So you can see there is only one route is related to home. So you can see there are a lot of features inside the web, but then also I declared only one route. Why? So this is very interesting. So let's go into the app.jsx. This is finished off. So now let's go into the home.jsx, which I will reveal here. So you can see here, this is the main thing, where the header is declared, the hero section, as you know, the benefit section, nothing but another section, the pricing, the services, collaboration, and the end is footer. So you can see these are the main core parts which build the website, which build the front end. So then what are these are the things which are kept on top of these. Nothing but if I just open this is a crypto QR, nothing but it is a sub page of payment. Let me show you in the website. Just if I go codebase.in, so you can see there are the sub pages. For example, if I click on sign in, this is a sub page, right? So where is the code of this sub page? There is no separate route for this. So basically if I just go here, so if I go anyone, so you can see there is a name called profile. This is the profile page, but if they see here, it is a name called auth. Nothing but this is the auth page. Whatever you are seeing here, it is basically this one. So why I declared inside the home.jsx? Why? Because if I declare separate route, so it should cover entire width of the desktop, whatever you can say. So we need to create responsive for every devices, which is little bit tougher, and it will also take some css more. So better than this, I will make a shorter component like this. It will fit for every device. It might be for mobile, it might be for desktop. Just make easier. So just I made easier, just I created a simple component, so which is suitable for every devices. So you can see now this is suitable for every device. So that's why the reason is I kept this on the like on the top of this home page, whatever is saying, on kept by keeping position absolute, which you know, like very better. If we keep position absolute and use the index mode, this will sit on the top of this home page. So this only I did basically here. So where is that gone? So this is the auth page, right? Yeah, this is the auth page. You can see inside the auth page again the css and logics were written here. So this is the main overflow of the auth page. So you can see. So then you might say like, how you manage the state for this? Why? Because you need to close this, you need to open this. This is a very interesting thing. Let's go on to the here. So you can see in the URL search parameters, I kept two queries basically. One is auth page is equal to open and auth equal to login. What is this meant? This is only the hidden logic where I manage the state. If auth page is open, that means I am saying if auth page, nothing but see model state. So I am managing the state from here. You can see this is a URL, like use search params is a use state hook. No, sorry, not use state hook, is a hook, basic React hook. So I used here, I created a separate like function, you can say, and inside that I created like variables for each sub page. It might be for account open, it might be for payment, it might be for forgotten. I will show you everything. The first is account open. what I'm doing is I will get search params dot get account is equal to open. You need to search account is equal to open. So you can see here is the auth page, right? So this is not, this is a profile page, nothing but. So you can see here is auth open. I'm just getting the parameter called search params dot get auth page is equal to open. That means if it is open, then it returns true. If it is not open, it returns false. Suppose if it is open, then what I am doing is just, you can see model state, nothing but this function array. You can say whatever array, not array, this is a function. So in that I am accessing model state dot is auth open. That means I am telling that is this is true. If this is true, then only render this component, otherwise do not render. So that's why you can see here the auth page is open. That means you need to render this component and render. So if I just click on this, nothing but you can see inside this, if I go, you can see, just a minute, this is the close button, right? So whenever I click on close button, I am toggling the authentication by like this. You can see this is the authentication function, right? I toggling the authentication function. So where this function came from the home.jsx only. You can see I am passing a parameter. This is whatever the toggle authentication is here. You can see here the toggle auth function I am passing. So what is this toggle auth function? Then I will show you. If I just expand it, you can see I am fetching if model state dot is open. Again, nothing but I am trying to check is this open. If is this open means delete the auth page, nothing but delete this key. If I delete this key, so for example, suppose if I delete this key and including this key also, there is no use. If I click enter, so you can see that is gone. So automatically there is no need to like maintain a use state externally. So this is why I used use search params. Okay, so basically I'm just, if model dot is open, then delete this and delete this also. Why? Because this is dependent on this, right? You will come to know in the like upcoming part, like how this is dependent on this. Okay, so if it is open, then only close. If it is not open, then obviously that means it is closed. If it is not open means there is only one option, right? It is closed, then open it. Why? Because this is a toggle function. You can see this is not only for declared for close or open. It is toggle, means you can either open, you can either close. So if it is open, close. If it is closed, then open. And set the search params by nothing but I am setting the new params whatever I declared here, or whatever I updated here. So just if I click on again sign in, you can see the auth page is open and auth equal to login. What is this? I will tell you later. So if I click on close, similarly that was open. That's why I set this function. I called this function, whatever you can say, and that is closed the function, basically nothing but closed the entire tab. What is the tab here? Just it was open, it closed the entire thing. I hope you understood. So now let's come into the another query called auth equal to login. So what is this? So this is nothing but, for example, I opened this whatever the auth page is there, but inside that I render the only login component. What, suppose I need to render the forget password component, suppose I need to render the sign up component, then again I need to maintain the state. So no, I will not maintain. Instead I will put another query called auth equal to login. Auth equal to login means this is a default parameter which sets defaultly login. If I click on sign up, you can see the parameter changed to auth equal to sign up, nothing but this changed to sign up. Suppose if I want to log in, it will become again login. If I go to the forget password, so you can see auth equal to login and forgot password equal to open. This is basically another component. You can say another subpage which is sat on top of the auth page also and home page also, nothing but it is very above the layer. It is on the very top layer, you can say it as. So that's why I made another parameter called forget password equal to open, nothing but hey forget password, just open the another tab. Why? Because it is open. So if I delete this, you can see automatically it will go. So it gone. Why? Because definitely if there is no parameter, then it will not open. That means it is closed, right? So that's why I maintain another parameter query to maintain these. Why I did like this? You can use state also, right? If I use use state, what happens means, suppose I went to the sign up page, and if I refresh or user suddenly refreshes after entering the details by miss, so what it will come in, what the use state does means it will come to the initial state, nothing but initially it was in the login, right? So it will come to the login state, which is no use again. Why? Because all the whatever the data entered by user will be get wasted, right? So that's why if I declared here what it means, if I refresh also, it does not behave like a use state. Why? Because the whatever the queries and URLs are present, it will be present here only. That means I can retain the state, whatever the state was present, by just getting these data. So you can see here in the authentication also, what I did means just I am getting the query. If the query is true, then open. If not true, then do not open. So always whenever I refresh, if this is present, if the URL is does not changing, what it mean? If the URL is does not changing, simply mean this it is actually open. If the URL parameters are there means still, that means it is open. If it is open, this condition will become true. If this condition will become true, definitely it will, the authentication page will be open page, or you can say component. That's why I used URL search parameters as the main key role to maintain this use state, not for everything. To maintain this state, not use state, to maintain this state I use URL, not for everything. It is not good to use for everything also. So in the upcoming part I will discuss more on this. So why? Because video is already getting in there. If you like the video, please do share and subscribe. So thank you. I will meet you in the next part. I will discuss from the rest of things from here only. Okay, thank you.